Okay, people. So, fans of probably over the top gangster fix will be happy because Hitmen is soon to be released. This is the new film from Savvas D. Michael. He wrote and directed. The film is produced by John Pavlakos, Steve Lee Jones, um, who else? Thomas Anthony. It's executive produced by Gustav Restrepo, co-produced by Ivana Radjenkovic, and associate produced by Ivan Burkaki. Laura Van der Hel is on cinematography. Helen Stafford handled the casting. Harry Panapayatu, production design. India Afbotnot, costume design. Hair and makeup, we have Chelsea Murphy, Rachel Keane, Craig Hamilton, and Harry Kapadival. Production management, Ivana Radajenkovic. Our cast, there's a lot of people up in this. So Eric Roberts plays Michael Hero. We've got Roman Summers as his son, Paris Hero. Then there's Danny Hero, Paris's son, played by Elijah Rowan. We also have got Tony, played by Charlie Rawls. We have got Don Salvatore Pazza, played by Marco Leonardi. There's Doreen, Tony's wife, played by Jan Anderson. We've got the Love Days, right? So there's Luke, played by Daniel Calacatori. And then there's Lauren, played by Lois Brabin-Platt. We've got Marcel, played by Jack Parr. The Major, played by Bentley Kalu. Bob Black, played by Adam Deacon. Paul Ali Rahman, played by Vaz Blackwood. The Reaper, played by the one and only Georges St-Pierre. Diwali Deville, played by Jenny Miller. Who else do we have? Justin Villains, played by Lucas Aurelio. Faye, played by Cassandra French. Eddie Marks, played by Tony Fadil. Oh yeah, there's Jackie Hero as well, who is played by Max Lohan. Francesca, played by Ivana Radjenkovic. Judy, played by Nicole Bartlett. Raphael, played by Tahir Ashraf. Florence Frazesi, played by Mia Bigno. Samson Slade, played by Dean Christie. Fabiana Fazi, played by Chelsea Lee McLeod. Yeah, I'd say that's probably our main lot. Right, so, people, the film is about this. After accidentally killing the grandson of powerful CEO Michael Hero, a married couple, Luke and Lauren, are forced to fight or flee for their lives. When the vengeful businessman enlists the help of a mob boss to take them down with a 1 million bounty placed on their heads, The chase begins as they attract the attention of the world's deadliest assassins who will stop at nothing to claim that prize. I mean, I don't know, right? I don't know if you could say they accidentally killed this guy. You know, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it accidentally. But what to say about this one? I mean, look, we've had so many like assassin hitmen films, right? So many. And man, there's been some great ones, right? We've got La Femme Nikita. Love that one, right? Leon. You've got Kill Bill, right? Old Country for Old Men, Collateral. Oh man, you know what I mean? There's been some top notch assassin films, you know what I mean? And there's a whole heap more. A whole heap more, right? The long good night. The long good the Friday, the long good night. You know the one. That one, right? Just a whole heap. So when you get like these new entries, I mean John Wick, can't forget the John Wick films, right? That's like boom. But when you get these new entries, there's a lot to live up to, right? And you find yourself, even when trying to come into things with an open mind, right? There's benchmarks that you set, you know, benchmarks that you set. Now, it might not be as good as one, but it might be, you know, on the lines of one of the others. So that's the problem I find at times with these things. And this film, Hitmen, like, I mean, premise wise, we have seen it before. You know, an accidental death leads to someone seeking revenge, right? It's not new, but you know, there's fun ways of going about it. I think with Hitmen, well, I mean, I should say this out the gate, right? If you're a fan of Savvas's previous films, you know, like Red Devil, Righteous Villains, Original Gangster, you know, the Bezonians, Phantom Warrior, right? Smoking Guns. If those films tickle you, right? If that's something that you love, right? Then this will work. This will work, right? I think the thing, you know, and I think when it comes to British gangster films, everyone will always hold things up to, right? Lock, Stock, Snatch, right? They're just ones people will always go, oh, is it like those? Oh, they're doing this, so they're trying to be like those. So you have that, but you know, there's so many. You know, Vicious Fun was another recent one, right? And with this, I think a key thing with, you know, I mean, just with any film is building that rapport, right? You might not need to know the whole history of a character, but you should either love them or hate them. You can't be indifferent, right? Because that means you don't give a fuck what happens. You know, you just don't care. And I think that is the problem with Luke and Lucy. I just didn't really find myself caring, right? You've got this married couple and they're supposedly in love, but they're arguing all the time. And it's just things that are getting said surely show there's no love. And there just didn't really feel to be a rapport between them. You know, so you're just not buying anything else. You know, just with some of there's the other hitman couple in the film. God, it was Judy. Oh man, I cannot. No, it wasn't Judy. Judy was with Marcel. I cannot remember. Yeah, can't remember. May have been Valerie, right? And Richard. Might have been them. Again, no. Just nothing. Right? There was just no rapport. And that one we're meant to believe because it leads Richard into doing all the things he does later on in the film. And that's a big problem. Like, it's just this rapport. You've got the, Michael hero, supposedly, but everything kind of comes off a little bit wooden and flat. Right? Now, Savvas tries to inject humor into the film, but I just think it's the delivery doesn't always work. You have people hiding under beds and things like that, but it's just done in a way where it doesn't really come off as comedic for me anyway. I think you can see that everyone involved was probably having fun, getting to be over the top hitman, blowing things up and shooting people, right? Probably fun. But I think it just doesn't necessarily translate to the screen. Right? You've got the hotel owner on a phone call, eating KFC, and then having a conversation with the Lovedays. But the way it all plays out, you're just like, well, surely the person who would be on the other end would have hung up. Because you haven't talked to that person in the last 10 minutes. You know what I mean? It just doesn't really, there's a lot of things that we see visually that don't necessarily make sense, right? Someone opening up a glass door, but not seeing someone holding a gun through it, right? You're just like, hold on. Being told that your car is bugged, but still going in the car, right? There's just these things where you're just like, what is happening? What is happening? So yeah, unfortunately, the film doesn't really work for me. Doesn't work for me. But as I said, people, if you're a fan of Savvas's previous works, right? Smoking Guns, The Red Devil, Righteous Villains, Original Gangster, The Bizonians, Phantom Warrior. If those are your films, then Hitmen will work for you and you'll enjoy it. And people, you can get it from all your favorite VODs, iTunes, Google, Amazon, Sky, it's there. So yes, if Hitmen sounds like it is the film for you, hey, go and enjoy.